If you think getting rich with prop firms is just about passing one challenge and then cashing out, think again. Because after trading with prop firms for almost 4 years across multiple challenges and also helping over 1,250 people get funded with prop firms, I've seen exactly what works and what doesn't. So in this video, I'm going to give you the most brutally honest tips from 4 years worth of experience with prop firms. And I'm going to do this in 3 parts. The first part, I'm going to be talking about picking the right prop firm. In the second part, I'm going to be talking about actually taking the challenges. And in the third part, I'm going to be talking about what to do once you are funded. So make sure you stick around because this could change your prop firm game forever. So with that being said, let's go straight into part 1, which is picking the right prop firm. And let's start with the biggest lie that most traders believe, and that is that all prop firms are the same. They simply are not. But to understand how to choose the right one, you have to first understand exactly how the prop firm business actually works. And if you're taking challenges without understanding this, you're in the wrong game. The truth is, prop firms make money when traders fail, and they pay the successful traders from the money they make from the challenge fees. So it goes without saying that they cannot have everyone winning or they go broke. But on the other hand, they cannot have everyone losing because no one will sign up again, and again they will go broke. So what do? They engineer the perfect set of rules, ones that are just hard enough to challenge you, but still fair enough for the skilled traders to actually win. And that's why the top prop firms have survived, because they have adapted and continuously changed their rules to ensure that they are perfectly balanced in between the two. They've mastered this balance, tight risk limits, realistic targets, and consistent payouts. And they're not running insane deals all the time, which is actually a red flag on its own. If a firm is offering ridiculous discounts or even changing the rules all the time, it's a sign that they are probably cash strapped or just trying to catch up on paying the traders that they owe money. But generally this won't last, and you'll find that they eventually will shut down. So here's a pro tip. No prop firm is going to check every single one of your boxes. But if majority of the boxes are ticked and it fits your trading style, then you are good to go. Just be sure when making a short list, you understand things like drawdown type, holding rules, news rules, and payout processes before you actually commit. Now, once you've got your shortlist, you're going to have to put a little bit of time into reading right through the website. Make sure you're going through all the rules, going through all the FAQs, and I would also suggest looking at things like Trustpilot reviews, because this way you're going to be able to take that shortlist and get like 1, 2, 3, or 4 prop firms that you are very happy will fit you as a trader. So now you've picked your prop firm, let's go on to part 2, which is actually taking the challenge and ultimately passing that challenge. And here's what most traders actually get wrong. They try to trade differently in the challenge than they would trade on an actual live account with their own money. They'll go hyper aggressive, they chase profits, and they think to themselves, this one trade could potentially pass me this whole thing. But the real pros actually go in expecting a few losses before they actually pass the challenge. And here's a very interesting stat to prove this. One of the best manual prop firm traders out there only had a pass rate of about 25 to 30%. That means for every 10 challenges he took, he was only passing up to about 3 of those, because trading with an edge means losses are part of the game. So please let that sink in. You're not here to win one challenge. You're here to build a career. So trade the challenge like it's your own money, because soon it will be. So here are a few execution tips for you. Use a strategy or a system that you know already has an edge, one that you have tested and you've done all the background work to make sure that it has got an edge. And then go in, like I said, expecting to fail, because failure is part of the game. And don't let those failures knock you back. Just keep hitting play, because data and your edge will eventually come through. Now, the next thing is set yourself a daily limit. And I'm not talking about the daily limit of the challenge. I'm talking about your own. So let's say the challenge daily limit is 4%. I would normally go at about 2%. And if I go 2% of a loss, I will stop trading and I will wait till the next day. You have to be strict with this, and it's very important. The next one is make sure you know the drawdown model of the account you're taking. Is it static or is it trailing? And finally, make sure in the back of your mind you're kind of preparing yourself for an interview, because a lot of these prop firms nowadays will do an interview at some point. And what does that mean? Make sure you understand your strategy, you understand what it is you're doing, and make sure that you can answer these questions confidently, because ultimately they are trying to trick you and they're trying to not give you your account. So don't give them any reason to. And whatever you do, don't gamble. Set your daily risk cap and stick to it like your funding depends on it, because it does. Okay, so now you've gone through the challenge, you've stuck to your rules, and you've got your funded account. Now what? Well, this is actually where most people blow it. They go in thinking, I'm going to double this account and I'm going to make $10,000, $20,000 withdrawal from a 100K account. And that is a big mistake. If you want to stay funded and make payouts consistently long term, you have got two options. Option one is go slow and conservative. That means trade one account at a time, use very small risk, I would say half or even a quarter of the risk you were using for the challenge, then only target about 2%, and then when you hit that, stop trading and wait till you can get your withdrawal. And then you just repeat the cycle, because in most cases you'll be able to do this. If it is a bi-weekly account, you should be able to be hitting that 2% every 2 weeks, or worst case scenario, every month. So what does that mean? From one account, you should be able to squeeze out 2K every single month at least. And this is something you can work with and then slowly use that to start scaling. This method keeps you safe during your big losing streaks, because as we all know, those will come. But then we've got option two, which is a lot more aggressive, taking multiple accounts. And it's actually the system and the strategy we use here at Blue Edge, where we are looking to manage as many accounts as possible, no matter what stage they're in. So whether it be funded accounts or taking the challenges, we want to just keep adding on to that. You want to look at first getting to 5 accounts, then 10 accounts, 15 accounts, and just keep going as far as you can. And very important, as you're buying into more and more accounts, you're doing this across multiple different prop firms so that you're spreading your risk as much as possible. This is diversifying your risk, and it's going to keep you safe long term. With this one, you can go slightly more aggressive, because if you lose an account, it's okay. The whole idea is that it's a conveyor belt system that's constantly replacing challenges or funded accounts that you lose. For this one, I would suggest aiming again for about 2 to 4% profit target, and you never want to go higher than this. Why is that? Because these prop firms do not want to pay out big, and we've talked about that, and you understand why now. So you want to stay under the radar. You want to be looking for that 2 to 4% maximum. Just keep taking that small amount over a long period of time is much better than one big amount, and then they kick you from their prop firm account and you can never buy in again. And then as you start getting your payouts, you just keep stacking, you keep putting your profits into buying new challenges until you hit the number you are happy with, and then you can start reaping the benefits. And this is actually how we have helped over 1,250 members in our community get funded doing exactly this. So it comes down to what your ultimate goal is. Are you just looking for a little bit of passive income on the side? Then do option one. Take one account, take it slow, because then you can, depending on the prop firm, also scale an account. If you hold it long term and you stick to their rules and you make enough profit within a certain amount of time, you can start scaling that account. So this is going to be something that while you're working, you can manage, and you can just get that $2,000 or $4,000 every month as a little passive income. Not entirely passive, because you are having to put a bit of work in, but it's passive enough. If, however, you want to go all out and you want to quit your job and you want this to be your full-time thing, then option number two is definitely the play. Now, how do you manage multiple accounts? How do you get to a point where you can manage so many accounts at the same time? Well, that's where our system comes in. Our system uses an EA, an expert advisor, a bot, whatever you want to call it, that trades on your behalf. You select your strategy, you let the bot do its thing, you put in about an hour every week, and then the bot can take multiple accounts, and you can get to a point where you're scaling up to 10, 15, 20 accounts running simultaneously. And this way you can kind of build a business out of it, and it's actually what we suggest. Treat it like a business. As you make profits, you reinvest in your business, let it grow, spread your risk across multiple prop firms, so if anything happens, you're kind of protected because of all your risk being spread so evenly across multiple different prop firms. And this way you can get to a point where you can very easily be making more than you would be earning from your full-time job. Now remember, this is all educational. I'm not telling you to do this, but in theory it is possible. So whether you're just starting out or you're trying to scale to 7 figures or more, the key is to stop thinking like a trader and start thinking like a businessman. Run this like a business. Now, if you are interested in option 2 and interested in automating this whole process, then make sure you go to www.propfarming.com, where you get all the information. There's a demo there about our system, our blueprint, and how exactly it works, and how you can scale to a point that this becomes your business, your full-time business, and something that can pay you very, very well. Now, I hope this video helped in some way, guys. Please pop down below what your biggest takeaway from this, or if you also have been trading prop firms for a long time, what is your biggest tip that you would give to someone who's starting out today? Would love to hear your insight. Pop that down in the comment. And with that being said, guys, like the video if you did like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we've got a lot of cool content coming. And with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.